What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. My name is Jake. Got the excavator warming up over here. Chris is in the International hook lift truck. He's gonna drop the can. We are cleaning up the area in front of the splitter shelter, getting all the sawdust out of there, getting back down to raw asphalt millings. It was building up a little bit too much. Just like that, logs are starting to show up here by the excavator. Chris is pulling from the ash. We got a lot of ash to run, and this is perfect timing. I've been saving it all year for this time. I am basically sold out of fully seasoned wood, yet the phone still continues to ring. So I always save a stash of ash, at least a couple cords worth. We probably have about 4 cords worth of ash there. That I will be able to process and sell within the next couple of weeks, because it's standing dead. It's been cut for months and months, probably the better part of a year, to be honest. And that's what will get us through both stocking the firewood stand and these sales that keep coming in later in the firewood season. You know, sometimes I got to tell this guy to just slow down. You know, he's got a mind of his own.
Well, if you would quit playing with the fire and start cutting and making firewood.
Well, you're the one that brought out the fire pit, so I thought your patushkas were cold.
They are.
You know what you need?
I need some...
You need some Camel City Millwork socks.
There we go.
Hi, guys. Look. You wanted Chris to get some socks? I got him some merino wool. Ironside, merino wool, Camel City Mill, work socks. Ask and you shall receive.
This is impressive.
Huh?
Whole 3 pair.
Straight from
Straight from
Winston-Salem,
Camel City
North Carolina, Camel City Mill, work socks. Look at that. Made in America. Well, all right, guys, about an hour later, or actually exactly an hour, we have all of this ash cut up. It is, the camera might not do it justice, but it is a pretty decent sized pile. Got it all the way up to the Eastonmade here and all the way back to the excavator. We got more logs staged up behind the excavator for tomorrow. And that, you know, we put a pretty good dent in it. I think we got this system down to a science now that we've been doing it a while.
Yeah, it's nice being able to focus on one task. Not a whole bunch of hopping in and out of machines, not a whole bunch of worrying about crushing somebody with a round or hurting somebody's foot, you know. This has been a lot easier than what we've been doing.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing Chris was doing as I was going to pick up the next log or going to bring over more logs with the tractor is he's been, you know, feeding the fire. We finally had some rain over the weekend and the burn bans have been lifted. So now instead of hauling away all of this scrap and paying to dump it, hopefully we can continue on in our tradition that we have the past couple of years and just burn it all up to keep ourselves warm. So for now, I think that'll probably wrap it up for tonight. Maybe we'll get back here tomorrow, do a little bit of splitting.
Sounds good.
I don't know why I'm holding it on your face.
I don't know either.
I'm just going to keep doing it now.
Oh, perfect.
All right, you're
That's
fading
what
into the
everybody wants
light.
to see.
Yeah, it's the moneymaker. I just picked up 4 of these little mini fire extinguishers. You know, we all know what happened to Andrew Camerata's big excavator. This one, you know, it's a lot smaller, but still don't want that to happen. So we're gonna get this puppy installed in there. I'll put a link to these down in the description. I got them on Amazon. They had pretty good reviews and say that they spray for continuously for up to like 50 seconds, which I think is more, you know, hopefully more than enough to put out any fire that we may quickly spot on the machines. All right, I think this is a pretty good spot for it, kind of up out of the way. Still be able to hang a hat or gloves or a coat or something on the coat hook. Still get to the emergency glass breaker if need be. So that's where it's gonna go. Perfect. Hopefully I never have to use it. Next up, we got to go fix the battery in the dump trailer for the second time in a week. I've been having all sorts of battery issues. I came out to fill up the mini skid steer the other day, and you can see I have the solar panel to charge up the battery that should be in this box, but the mice have been coming in through that hole for the wire. So I'm out of the great stuff, the spray foam, so I ordered a couple cans of it, waiting for it to come in tomorrow. Then we're gonna fill that hole. But in the meantime, I fixed up yet another battery, you know, solar charger wiring harness. Getting pretty good at these things. Not that it's hard at all, but yeah, so we're gonna wait to put that battery back in there until we get the spray foam.
Supposed to get like 3 inches of snow tonight.
So I just fixed up a bunch of wiring and stuff in here, and in my infinite wisdom, I must have hit this switch that controls my rear backup lights on the trailer. And after I had just charged up the battery for about 2 days, left the lights on without me knowing. It was during the day, so I didn't see that they were on, and it drained the battery down again. So I've got to take this off and charge it back up again. So this is the battery that I have in it. You know, the specs on it. It is not a deep cycle like marine battery, but if, you know, it works, I just find that it kind of loses charge quick. If anybody is into batteries or knows what would be a good battery to run a dump trailer that doesn't really have access to get plugged in to be charged, you know, I keep that solar panel trickle charger on the lid there on it all the time, but I have struggled to find a good battery. So let me know down in the comments what a good battery, you know, would be. This is what I have in there now. Thanks. Okay, just unhooked the 3-point blower for the season. Leaves are pretty much done. Got a little bit of backpack blower work here, but for now, tractor is back in its pretty dismal looking shelter logic, hooked up to the big tool rack, because we're sending back that mini skid steer for some service and upgrades. But yeah, we got some snow, I think, coming in tonight. They're saying like maybe 1 to 3 inches. I don't know, I'd honestly be surprised. Feels like snow, but I don't know, it just seems too early for us to be getting any sort of serious accumulation. Not that 3 inches is a lot. So yeah, getting dark. I think that's gonna about wrap it up for today. We'll check back in another day.
And you have to put a little clip.
It was a balmy 17 degrees this morning. Lock to the excavator is frozen. See if we can change that. There we go. Cold start.
guess.
All right, guys, believe it or not, Chris and I started making this video about, I don't know, probably like two and a half weeks ago. But then we had about a solid week and a half straight of snow and then rain. So we haven't really gotten to be out here. We were pretty busy with work and stuff. So it's a beautiful day, albeit a little bit cold. So we're gonna try and get this pile of ash both split up and cut up some more. Equipment's been warming up. You warming up?
A little bit. My feet are still a little bit cold. I left my boots outside last night, so they were nice and chilly.
How are your Camel City Mill socks?
Just about to say that. I got them on today. I've been walking around, moving around for about an hour now, and they're still up above my calf. My feet are very padded and dry. So they're doing great so far. This is my third day wearing them, and I got no complaints yet.
Yeah, guys, if you're not familiar with Camel City Mill socks, go check them out. There's a link down in the description. It's a company that I've been working with for the past, like, I don't know, 6-8 months now. And I gotta say, I get inundated with emails from all of these crazy different companies offering me free products. Will I make a video, blah, blah, blah. Camel City Mill approached me and I was like, socks is something that I literally use every day, whether I'm working or not. And these socks are the real deal. If you're on your feet for 14, 16 hours a day, like we are, whether you're working indoors or outdoors, these socks are super comfortable. They keep your feet both warm and dry in the wintertime and dry and cool in the summertime. It's this whole Ironside merino wool thing. They got a 10-year guarantee on the socks. They are made in America. So, like, honestly, what more could you ask for out of a pair of socks? Stop wearing your old hole-filled white cotton socks. Stop wearing those other, brands of, warm winter socks that are super thick, that make your feet feel numb after a couple hours of wearing them because they're so tight on your boots. And check out Camel City Mill. I believe there's a 10% off promo code down in the bottom. Get some for your friends, get some for your husband. Christmas is right around the corner. They're awesome socks. Trust me, I wouldn't be doing this here promo if it wasn't a product that we both really stand behind. So go check them out. guys, you know I'm a big fan of the Mingo marker, but it's so cold. The little, you know, leg here that controls, you know, making the paint marks just snapped off. This is the second time this has happened on one of these things for me. So I'll have to, I guess, order a new one, reach out to Mingo marker and see. I really wish they would make these things out of metal instead of, you know, plastic, or at least some of the components. These things are great, but they're just so fragile, and, you know, firewood is not a fragile process. I think these things need to be made better quality for this type of industry. I mean, I love this thing. This is my original one that I bought years and years ago, but I think it's time for a redesign. Well guys, I think that is going to wrap up today's video. He's got somewhere to be. I'll probably continue putzing around out here, but we made a solid dent in the pile. As you can see back here, we got most of it split up, so I'll finish that. We did, what did we say? We did
6 totes.
6 totes in about 2 hours. We've been keeping up with the scrap here in the burn barrel. Got a lot of cardboard and stuff to burn up as well, just because we were in that drought for so long. So we weren't really burning, but yeah, really nice day.
Kind of worked out to be a good thing too, though. Now we got some fire starter instead of just a little bit of tinder.
Yeah, exactly. We got plenty of fire starter. We'll probably actually save this cardboard, just as Chris said. But this was the first time we've really done a splitting session without, or since sending back the Baumalight mini skid steer. And, you know, we're still able to function at a pretty high productivity level, but the tractor, you know, it was great when we first got it. You know, couldn't get to where we are today without that tractor. But now having the mini skid steer compared to the tractor, you really see the differences.
Yeah.
You know, like the tractor, well, what do you see?
The mini skid steer is just so much more maneuverable and compact. The tractor is like driving a big boat, whereas the Baumalight is like driving a smart car.
Yeah, it's a big difference maneuverability wise. Speed, you know, isn't really a huge factor because you don't want the firewood falling all over the place. But maneuverability, it eventually at some point equates to speed. And productivity, because that mini skid steer just, you know, turns on a dime. It's the visibility is a lot better. You know, the tractor is a lot stronger and more powerful, and, you know, can do a lot of things that the mini skid steer can't. But for like material handling, you know, palletized, you know, these IBC tote handling out here in the woodyard, that thing, you know, is the bee's knees. You'll notice I stopped cutting pretty soon after I started. I slapped that new chain on, and I don't know, I must have hit something in a log, or maybe I nicked the edge of the excavator bucket or something. The chain looks fine, but it was just binding up and cutting at a severe angle to the right. So we're gonna have to address that and sharpen up a bunch of chains, because that was my last new chain. So I got to spend some time in the basement doing that. But pretty successful day overall. It's chilly, but I'm sweating. Are you?
Yeah, I'm sweating too. It's nice having dry feet today.
Yeah, have
nice
your
and
feet
warm.
warmed up?
Yeah, they finally warmed up. The steel in my steel toe boots has finally warmed up to the point where I can feel my toes. And my calves are still warm too, because they didn't drop down.
Yeah, so, you know, Camel City Mill socks, again, guys, just go check them out. If you're in the market for some new socks, give them a try.
Listen,
think,
everybody's in the market for some new socks. Go treat yourself to a pair.
Yeah, I mean, after all, it is Christmas, and what would Christmas be without getting a pair of socks in your stocking? Let's be honest. So, as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. Consider clicking that subscribe button down below. We are tickling 20,000 subscribers, so you could be the 20,000th Dude Ranch subscriber. You do not win anything except for bragging rights, so take that for what it is. Thanks for watching. I'm Jake.
And I'm Chris.
This is Dude Ranch DIY. Catch you here next time. That was a new, I just totally, off the cuff.
Feels like we haven't done this in a while.
Yeah, we haven't. It has been a while, but
we got to get in the groove again.
yeah, we'll get back into it, guys. Enjoy.